Hello, everyone. Welcome to Sekulma Podcast with Talk. It's Nico here. I'm so excited to be here because this is the last episode we're doing now for the end of the year to close the year. I know 2024 has been one of the rough and hard years around the world. It's been hard. It's been hard. Lots of things happened in 2024. But we managed. We managed. Now we're here. We managed actually. When I'm saying hard 2024, I'm talking about the whole nation, the whole world. I'm talking about everything that happens in the world that people went through. Because I wasn't going to count. There's so many things happened. Politics, climate change, got wars, you got lots and lots count, and you can health issues. There's so many happens, crime, and so many positive things as well. Let's don't forget. There's so many good things happened as well in different countries. But globally, I think the world is still struggling to actually get around it, what's going on. But in Sekulma Podcast, we've done well this year. We have a very good review on Spotify and Apple. People listen to their podcast. That's a good news. And I just want to thank you, all the partners and the people I work with on the podcast during the 2023 and 2024. And it's been an amazing experience as well for me to work with these projects and organizations. It's really, 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 really good. So today I think I'm going to be talking about, on this episode, you're going to hear me on this episode, different interviews done by different places. Some places such as Manchester, I went there to talk on a podcast of one of the project in Manchester. And then you're going to hear some things that I was talking here in Glasgow in Scotland. So I'm gonna make this as like really a closing episode where you can hear like different catching up, looking back. It's called reflection, for example, what we have done and what's going on. Okay. For me, I think this year has been, as I said earlier on, it's been hard. But personally, I'm doing great because in the beginning of the year I was all over the place. But when it comes to the middle of the year, I'll start picking myself up again, focus, because if you're not prepared, I think that's the point I'm making. For whatever in this life, you can never get that confidence of doing good things to get where you want to go. Even if you apply something, you might get rejected because you are not there. Your mind is not up to it. So I find that I'm talking about myself here, my own experience about being prepared is very, very important. Practice, whatever you do. Like now I'm going to update. I'm working on the new workshop. It's come up next year. It's called Open the Door, Embrace Future. That's going to be the best workshop. It's actually taking people like, I'll tell you my story, you tell him your story, but in a nice way. And as well, as we go deeper to the workshop, and then it turns up to the well-being session as well, because we need the world has changed a lot. I think well-being is really, really important nowadays because so many things happen, as I said, like since COVID and coronavirus and other things, was our minds switched to a different level. I don't know. Sometimes I don't know where I am, where I'm going, what's going on in this planet. You know what I mean? There's so much happened in the past 4 or 5 years. So we find ourselves stressed. We find ourselves like we are mental exhausted, and there's so much pressure around life nowadays. There's so much pressure that people should trying to fit in. There's so many different groups, you got so many different political issues, there's so much happening, so the brain cannot actually accommodate all these needs in one go. So well-being is one of those things that we need to work on. Like everybody is different. You can never find your own way of how you go by day. How do you survive? Some of us were always hiding on alcohol. We used to like, oh, let's go out. It's Friday. Let's get drunk. Then you wake up in the morning and the hangover is killing you. And the anxiety, it comes in. And then you got this heavy, negative thinking the whole day and stuff. And then you drink again. It goes away and comes back. It's like back and forth. And if you do that for too long, my friends, you might find yourself in a really, really bad situation. So it's good to know your limits. It's good to know where to stop and stuff like that. I think I went through that this year, but I'm here now today. It's the end of the year almost. and I'm still doing great. And you just have to know your triggers, places, and avoid those places, avoid those people, avoid everything that is not good for you, for your mental state. I think that's what I'm saying. I'm not an expert, by the way. I'm just saying this is what I did for myself to survive those challenges when it comes to, like, yeah, how do you deal with your well-being? You know what I mean? Yeah, some people do meditation, some people do yoga, some people go music, some people exercise, some people walk, some people. Everybody's different. You know what I mean? So just find something that works for you in the good way, and then stick on it.
And Nico has been able to join us in Manchester today. Nico, your impression of Manchester, what would you say?
Manchester's beautiful. It's nice. Yeah. My first time I see a Trump. No, it's not the first time. It's not the first time. Yeah. But I mean the colorful stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Is it a bit warmer than Glasgow, would you say? Did you
Yeah.
get the sunshine?
I think today is cold. Yeah.
Or is it colder than Glasgow? Yeah.
No. Scotland weather is pretty unpredictable.
Okay.
You know, it must never be sunny. But yes, I think it's good. Yes.
So Nico, you've taken part in this podcast, and if there's one thing you want to take away from it, what would that be?
Listening.
Yeah.
Listening to other people. Yeah. And a wonderful host here. It reminds me back home.
Oh, nice.
Yeah.
So we had a very good chat earlier on. Yeah. It was good.
And one thing that we said in this whole conversation, you kept on hearing about relationships and friend making. And I think that's kind of like the basis on which Rasmus and other community that we've created is based upon. So it's about meeting people, getting to know one another.
I think it's good to network as well. Creating ideas and make them work. Stuff like that. Yeah, I'm looking forward to learn more as well from other people. Stuff like that. For me, like, remember the last thing we talked about earlier on, about what can we create, like as organization, as people that can, I don't know how the word can I use, enable us to be strong networks.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? For our suggested arts, and like, I think people need to get people encouraged. I think is to do some other things out of work, not always about work.
Yeah.
It needs to be some bonding. You know what I mean? Like some activities. Like you guys come to Glasgow, for example, and go to these wonderful places, or just something.
But actually, there you are tapping on to a very interesting topic. I think well-being for people like us who are in the sector all the time, responding to situations happening, and again having that time to do something different, outside of work, is really crucial.